Hello ladies and gentlemen. Today I will introduce you to some of the ESL students at our school. In this video answering my research question, how does developing speaking skills help ESL students communicate with mainstream students? My hypothesis for this research question is that if the speaking skills of ESL students develop, then they will be more confident to communicate with mainstream students. First of all, do you have any idea what ESL is? It is a short term for English as a Second Language. Since English is known as the international language, many people around the world would like to learn English in order to communicate with other people who come from different places. At our school, there are ESL classes which provide support to students to help them improve their English skills. The reason why I researched ESL classes is that I wanted mainstream students to know about ESL classes more, and I hope I can develop closer relationships between ESL students and mainstream students by introducing what the feeling of learning English as a second language looks like. The three different data collection methods were used in this project: participant observation, interview, and survey. First, participant observation was held by joining ESL classes, by communicating with ESL students, and by observing on their behavior. Actively participating and interacting with a study group to create an intimate relationship allowed me to get a greater and deeper understanding of the study group's honest feelings and opinions. Furthermore, the natural behavior of ESL students were observed using this method. Next, one-on-one unstructured interviews were done by asking predetermined questions in the same order and under the same conditions. Since the unstructured interviews were not that formal, most of students felt more comfortable to talk to me, which resulted in opening their mind to get honest feelings and opinions. The last method is handing out survey, which is a list of either yes or no answers, given answers, or open-ended answers. Questions were given to the students in order to gather factual information and attitudinal and behavioral data from individuals. Survey methods led to collecting a large amount of data in a short period of time, and they could be statistically comparable. Honest feelings and opinions were made through writing them down on the sheet. Because ESL students felt very comfortable in doing that without worrying about what others might feel about what they wrote or what they made mistakes in English. Now I will share what I've learned from ESL students with you. Learning different languages and mastering more than one language might be unfamiliar for some people. However, learning a second language is very similar to how you learn your first language from your parents when you're a baby. The four areas of language acquisition are listening, speaking, reading, and writing. I believe that you learn your own language in this order. You listen what your parents told you. You let your voice out by copying how they spoke. You learn how to read and write in school. These steps are exactly the same when you start learning a new language. Writing comes at the end because it is the most difficult step to accomplish. The listening and speaking skills are essential when it comes to communicating with people. Our ancestors started to use verbal language in order to tell detailed and specific information and to express your feelings to one another. During my interviews, the majority of ESL students answered that speaking skills were more important than listening skills because conversation would not begin if they didn't take a shot. Therefore, I only focus on their speaking skills in this project and research on how those skills help them communicate with mainstream students. Here is a picture of ESL students at our school, showing what they think when they listen to native English speakers. Participant observation let me know what they think and how they behave in their classes. Some of them translate what native English speakers are talking about in their own language. The others are either in a panic or depressed because they have no idea what English native speakers are talking about. However, they never give up trying. They are very eager to understand what others are talking about and expand their understanding and become parts of the conversation. So why don't they just start talking to native English speakers or mainstream students easily? The big answer was on the survey sheet. They are afraid of making mistakes in English and seeing people laughing at them or seeing their faces expressing, "What the hell are you talking about?" That is why many of ESL students have a hard time making new friends. They feel really happy when mainstream students talk to them. However, they feel sorry when they're off the pond. So what do they usually do to improve their speaking skills and to overcome their problems at school? They shared their great methods to develop their speaking skills with me on the survey sheet. First, they usually watch Hollywood movies or TV series with English subtitles or read English books to study different cultures, including how native English speakers interact with others. They sometimes copy the quotes in movies, TV series, and books and repeat after them. These visual expressions are very helpful for them to remember the scenes they see in movies, TV series, or books. The other method is practicing pronunciation by listening to English songs. Some quotes in movies, TV series, books, or songs are not grammatically perfect, which makes it confusing for ESL students. However, they try to talk to friends or teachers in English in order to make sure that what they've learned in movies, TV series, books, and songs are correct. Those methods are very useful because it helps to increase vocabulary and develops English skills including speaking, listening, and reading skills. So then how will developing their speaking skills change them? According to their honest ideas I've gotten in survey and interviews, as they develop their speaking skills, they will have more desire and courage to talk to mainstream students, and as a result, they will be more confident and proud of their improved speaking skills. Improving ESL students' English skills, especially speaking skills, lead them to meet other students, make more friends, and express their real characteristics. When you start learning new languages, you cannot talk a lot because you don't know how to express yourself in the new languages. It's same as ESL students. They are actually very talkative, yet they don't know how to say something in English, so they are easily misunderstood and taken as quiet people. As a researcher, I really enjoyed seeking their real characteristics. It is totally different from my first impressions of them. I'm pretty sure that if mainstream students try to find out ESL students' real characteristics, not by just looking at them, but by talking to them, mainstream students might find the best friends or soulmates in ESL students. To summarize my project, let's go back to my research questions. How does developing speaking skills help ESL students communicate with mainstream students? My hypothesis clearly answered to this question. If speaking skills of ESL students develop, then they will be no longer afraid of making mistakes in English, and they will have more desire and courage to talk to mainstream students, and as a result, they will be more confident and proud of their improved speaking skills. These excellent answers to my research question came out through using 3 different methods: participant observation, interviews, and surveys. These 3 methods were very useful and essential to look for ESL students' honest ideas and to confirm each idea by using different types of methods. I really hope that greater understandings of ESL students are made in the hearts of mainstream students, those watching my video, and most importantly, those will serve to ESL students. They really need your kind understandings of them, which guide to closer relationships between ESL students and mainstream students, and also provide happy high school lives to both of them. Thank you!
A, B, C, D.
A, B, C, D.
E, F, G.
E, F, G.